As we move along here from Chicago and Graph Expo 14, I'd like to introduce to Soren Larsen, who is a Senior Vice President of sheetfed sales with KBA Press North America. Nice to meet you, sir.
Very nice to meet you, Roger.
It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Well, what are we talking about? Sheet-fed presses, and are we talking just speed and size and platforms and everything changing?
Well, we're talking about that very much, and
Yes.
I'll elaborate a little bit about that. We are talking about size. I mean, KBA, we obviously have the 81-inch machine, very wide format press, and we go all the way down to a 20-inch Genius machine. But the primary presses that we sell most of are our Rapida 41-inch machines, and the bigger versions, the 145, the 164, and
On and on.
and 81-inch machines, the 205, we certainly sell those too.
Now, are you adding new features to these installations?
Yes.
On a job by job, or is this something that's just coming with new machines? Or?
Well, it's interesting. If you look at the ordinary machine, is still the 6 to 8 color printing presses with a coder, UV often on the presses,
Right.
at least UV prepared. But certainly over the past few years here, and certainly lately, we have seen some very interesting configurations where you have coding units up front, you have printing units, you have coding and drying stations. You may even have a printing unit between two coding units at the end of the press, extended delivery. So, for lack of better words, exotic machines, I would say, for special effects. Those machines sometimes, and in this case I'm thinking of a specific installation that's coming up, I can't mention the name of the account for confidentiality reasons, but they have a foiling system on the machine. Inline, they have a very elaborate logistics system, because on the KBA presses today we run up to 20,000 sheets per hour, and to manually feed these machines you simply can't do it. So you have logistics systems at the feeder, at the delivery, and in this case we have the empty skids going from the feeder, and this is a 17-unit press, from the feeder under the catwalk down to the delivery to catch the freshly printed sheets. So this is very exciting. And so you do see more and more customized machines where people want to finish more inline, so that what you normally did, maybe you finished the sheet, printing it and coding and whatever, you needed to go to the foiling machine, foil stamping, you needed to go to UV to get all these effects. The offset world today is definitely trying to do all that inline, and that is possible today, and we're very excited about being able to produce these customized machines.
I have to ask you then, what is happening between those two worlds, offset and digital, as far as the presses?
Well,
that's a big area of concern now in discussion.
Yeah, it is. I certainly see we sell primarily 41-inch and bigger machines, but in the smaller offset world, meaning sheet size, you probably see more and more digital there. But I would say there is a crossover point for all kinds of jobs, and it varies a bit. Where at one point, of course, the digital world makes a lot of sense, no question about it, but you reach a certain production volume, and then it's like, that makes a little more sense, or a lot more sense, whatever the case may be, to go offset.
I get the impression that what might have been a grandiose idea 5 or 10 years ago in this business, now today is just generally accepted.
I would say so. Yeah,
it's like driving an automobile from the 1960s that didn't have all the luxuries that we now have and take for granted.
Very, very true.
Similar to that in printing and production and hardware and software as well?
I would certainly subscribe
Well,
to
it's
that.
certainly moving fast.
Yes, it is. Very much so.
To the point where I don't think any of us can keep up with it. It's just a matter of now us trailing.
Yeah, I would agree with
and
that.
we stay as close as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
Is the trend toward a certain format size, or is that all?
Another good question, Roger. Last year, I would say the available market of people looking to invest was more so the large format. In my world, large format is 57, 64, and 81-inch machines. This year, so far, year to date, I would say it's slanted a little more towards the 41-inch machines. So it almost like comes in waves. You have the big format printers, and then that slows down. That sort of, we have fed that market, if you will. And now it seems to be the 41 inch this year. So it goes up and down from year to year.
And of course, we'll see next year what everything
It's
is.
always exciting, you know. Thank you so much,
Very
Roger.
nice to meet you.
Very nice to
Soren
meet you.
Larsen, who is a Senior VP of sheetfed sales with KBA Presses North America. And another report from the Graph Expo 14 show here at Chicago.